Welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
And we do full-length car reviews each and every week, and halfway through we stop for a segment called Questions, Coffee, and Cars. We're up to number 78. How do you get a question in?
Follow along on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday morning, I put a post out with Zach and I holding coffees. Once we gather our questions, the post is deleted and we start the show.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Hello, I've been listening to your show for a while. So much fun. Thank you. I'm trying to decide between the BMW X3 and the Lexus 350h or 450h Plus. The BMW is my favorite. Should I be worried it's the last year before a redesign? Also, Consumer Reports makes it sound like car seats are hard to install. Any thoughts?
So that's an RX, I'm guessing, if it's a 450h?
Yeah.
Because it's not a...
You can get a 450h NX too,
NX.
right?
I think it's probably the NX then.
I think so.
Okay, so the X3 is in its last year. There's already sort of spy shots with camo on it that you're seeing in Europe, or they're doing final testing on it. The X3 is a good product, and it's got the old dash with the buttons. The new one won't have that.
No. We've seen what the new one's going to have, yeah. So it really depends what you like. I mean, obviously, you're going to spend more money on gas. It's premium fuel for the X3. And the NX, whether you get the hybrid or the plug-in hybrid, you're going to start saving for sure right away. So I like the Lexus a lot. I like the fuel savings. I think the resale value is going to be very good on it.
But it's not a BMW. I mean, as much as Lexus is a premium brand and they know how to put together a good quality car,
Yes.
BMW knows how to put together a more engaging car. And I think that their interface for their control unit with the iDrive system is better than Lexus' new interface.
Yes.
I think it just is, even on the existing one.
Yeah.
There is going to be a new one. So you can play both ends of this. What you can do is wait until the new X3 is shown and starting to come into dealerships, because you could say, okay, I want to get that new one, or you could get one of the last of the old ones and maybe even a little discount.
Yeah, and the new one's going to go up in price for sure. As for car seats, you're right. Some people who review it with car seats in it, Zach and I are not. We don't own a car seat anymore, the X3.
Oh, the X3.
So surprisingly, they do say they're difficult to put it only because they find that the rear seat is small, which I always thought the X3 had great. But they said once they put the car seats in, they've really got to move the front seat up, and the front seat also becomes uncomfortable.
But that's
so they
the
say
case.
it's tight for putting car seats in.
But that's the same for any product. Like, it's just anytime you put car seats in the back, you're giving up space.
Especially NX.
And the thing is, once you wrestle the seats in, they're in.
They're
right?
in.
You're not taking them in and out often, I would hope not anyway. So once you get them in, they're in. So that's the good news.
Thanks for making cars so interesting for us non-car folk. You're welcome. We recently had a friend stay for a few days. He plugged her Tesla into a regular 15 amp outlet and managed to have a full charge by the time she left. This made me wonder if we actually need the elaborate charging system at home for an electric vehicle, especially if we don't drive very often.
Okay, I just wanted, the key part of that was she stayed for a few days.
Yeah.
It took a few days to charge
And it sounds like she didn't drive it.
Yeah, so if you're staying, if you were, I know how it went, Andrea. Friend comes over, plugs the Tesla into a regular wall outlet.
Yeah.
Then the wine comes out and the cheese, and you're sitting on the deck.
Having fun.
And then it's dinner, and then there's more wine, and you wake up and you go for a walk, and then the wine and cheese starts again. And so there's no driving.
No, and they may be driving or something. Maybe somebody wants to tour around. They know where they're going.
So the whole trick with that question is the car was plugged in for a few days. I would never buy a full EV if I didn't have a 240 outlet to plug it into.
I mean, it'll take days to fully charge. But you're right. If you don't drive very much and you don't use up all that range, which the Model 3 has a lot of, sure. You could get away with that.
So that's where the plug-in hybrids really are great, because you don't have to have a level 2 charger for a plug-in hybrid. You just plug it in while you're sleeping and you wake up, and it might not be totally full, but it's good enough. So yeah, that's the thing. If you need, we talked about this in another Questions Coffee Cars. We were out having dinner and we ran into some friends of ours, and they don't have a place to plug a car in, and they're all about getting an EV. And our line is, if you don't have a plug, don't buy a car that needs a plug.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Plus, they have 2 kids that are about to start driving. I don't really think they need an EV with all that power. Stick with the old minivan. They've got an old Odyssey minivan. Hi, you two. Love your videos. Thank you for informing and entertaining us. Thank you. Leasing a Sportage hybrid top trim SX versus GV70 2.5 base trim Advance for 36 months is just $100 more per month. If the extra $100 is not an issue, what would be your reasons for or against choosing the GV70 in this case? Do you suggest any other compact instead, or should I wait for the Crown Signia to launch?
Well, you know, it's interesting. 2 questions and coffees ago, we talked about this very thing. You buy the top trim of the base model or the base trim of the luxury model.
Yeah.
In this case, it all comes down for me, Andrea, to 2 things: space and fuel economy. Okay, so the back seat of the GV70 is smaller than the
It's
Kia.
not a big back seat.
The Kia definitely has a bigger footprint in the back seat and the cargo area, and it has and then if you get the Genesis, it's got a 2.5 liter turbo engine and premium gas.
The GV70 is beautiful. I can see why that would appeal to you, that you go, wow, it's only $100 difference. It's more refined and
Quieter.
it is quiet, but it's a gas model and you're going to spend a lot of money at the pumps. It's just the way it is. As well, Genesis models don't seem to hold their value very well. Maybe because it's a newer brand. The Sportage hybrid is going to hold its value.
Was that a hybrid they were talking about?
Yes.
Oh, there's no comparison. Get the hybrid.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
It's fuel efficient.
I just
it
thought
does
it was
everything well.
Oh yeah, I thought it was just the regular
No.
Kia Sportage.
See, I have to ask
Why are you
yourself,
saying
what do
Sportage?
you
You're in
want?
Canada, Andrea. It's the Sportage.
Well, because some of our viewers,
Okay, so you say Sportage,
they
I'll say Sportage.
They,
listen,
they say it's cringy when I say it the Canadian
well,
way.
you went right past that so quickly. Okay, so if it's hybrid, get the. Well, here's the other thing. If you can get a hybrid,
Yeah.
that's the trick. So if you actually can get one, you know what I would do? I would reel that in. Because that's going to be worth some good money when
I
it's
don't
used.
want to knock the Genesis because I really do think it's a beautiful vehicle. For any of you who own the GV70, I know you will agree with me.
Yeah, but
it's a wonderful handling vehicle.
But the 2.5 turbo is going to use way more
Way
premium.
more. You want to pay more for gas. So that $100 difference.
Gone.
Oh,
No.
and
It's
more.
$100. It's $100 more. Yes.
Yeah,
Plus
it's 100,
more.
but what I'm saying is that $100 gap is going to get larger because you're going to put premium
gap.
fuel probably in that GV70. Well, the RX350 Lexus for 20. Oh, by the way, the Signia. We can't talk about the Signia. We could tell you to wait because we are really impressed with that vehicle. Our review, including driving impressions, fuel economy, and pricing, drops June 6th on the Motormouth YouTube channel. Check it out.
Okay, update on the Signia. June 6th is when the video comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Also, before you get on the next question, update on the backyard. The woodpeckers are back. So last year we did questions, coffee, and cars, and there was a couple. We called them Woody and Winona.
Yeah.
And they pecked a hole in our weeping birch tree. The top of the weeping birch is dying. It's got this disease, and it's slowly dying,
such a
unfortunately,
shame.
because we like the tree.
So sad about
But
that.
anyway, they're pecking away at it, and they're back. So what they've done is, this is the tree trunk. This side is where they had their hole last year. This year, they're doing it from the other side. I think they're building a penthouse in there.
Well, I find it strange because most humans would see the hole and go, that's where we're going. Not a woodpecker. No. Woodpecker wants to make another hole.
But what's the
He's
thing?
pecking away. He's
Andrea,
a busy guy.
In order to show Winona his status as a male woodpecker, he's got to peck.
He's got to
and
pack.
make the home.
gotta pack.
And Winona, you know what somebody's going to be?
It's like our son. He goes to the gym.
You know what's going to happen? Somebody's going to write and say, "I'm a bird enthusiast," and it's actually the female that do all the pecking.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to find out.
That wouldn't
right below.
surprise me.
If you know about the woodpeckers in the BC area,
Yeah, let us know. And if you know anything about a diseased...
well, it's too late for the weeping birds.
I don't know. Can
Its
we
days-
save it?
Its days are numbered.
Will the RX350 Lexus for 2025 ever have a chance of getting a V6 back?
No.
No. Have you heard any word? If not, other than a CX-90, Mazda, what other mid-size SUVs have a V6 in them? The 4-cylinder turbos, I just don't feel will have a 10-year life in them. Peter from Edmonton, Alberta.
Okay, you can do which ones are available in a second. This is the whole plan with Toyota, is to go with the hybrid system, and when you add the electrification, it more than makes up for the old V6.
Yeah.
And when you drive them, the instant torque from the electric motors, you get more torque from the electric motors. It actually makes it better to drive. So that's obviously not for you. So what can you get that's got a V6?
Okay, well, there's actually still quite a few V6s. You've got the Honda Passport, the Honda Pilot, the Jeep Grand Cherokee.
The two Korean cousins,
the
Palisade and Telluride.
Yeah, you've got the CX-70 from Mazda. You have the CX-90, as you mentioned. And you can get the Explorer ST with the V6.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
That's a lot of them. Let me see if I've missed
And the General Motors ones are going to
Nissan Pathfinder.
You did that one already.
No, I didn't. I actually didn't do the Nissan Pathfinder. The Acura MDX, and then you could throw in the Infiniti QX60.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
quite
still quite a few V6s. We haven't heard that Nissan and Infiniti, for example, are going to eliminate V6s at this time. How and why is Mitsubishi able to offer 10 years warranty coverage compared to peer companies? Thoughts? And what is your opinion about RVR? So first off, that 10-year warranty, people confuse this all the time. It's the powertrain warranty, which is fantastic. Toyota, for example, offers a 5-year powertrain warranty, but Mitsubishi's basic warranty is 5 years.
It's still long.
Which is still long. It's like Hyundai and Kia, Genesis.
Every once in a while, Andrea, as a spiff, when they're trying to move sales, and Mitsubishi doesn't have that problem, it's not going to happen again because they're actually selling way more cars than they ever have, is they used to do, they get a 10-year bumper-to-bumper warranty.
Yeah.
That was the spiff they used to do.
They'd add that.
But it's just the powertrain warranty. And the RVR, people who have them rave about them because they're so reliable and easy to work on.
We did try and see if we could get an RVR.
Trust me, Andrew, if we wanted one, they'd happily lend us one.
What do you guys think? Do you think we should review the RVR? Does that interest you? Let us know. Looking for the rest of my life car. Ooh, how would you
I never
feel
want
about
a rest of life car.
I don't want a rest of my life car
I'm going
either.
to be like this. I'm going to be on the deathbed. Andrew will be holding my hand and saying, "It's okay, honey. You can go now." And I'll be like, "No, I just have to order one more car."
I know.
That's what I'll be.
I don't think I could be the rest of, but good for you. We're not criticizing here. So, rest of my life car for 15 to 20 years. I test drove a 24 Camry XSE and was pleasantly surprised. I felt it was very Lexus-like. Is upgrading to the V6 Lexus 300 or 350 worth the extra cost? I've not driven either. Toyota offered a great deal, well under MSRP. What else should I be looking at in $40,000 US? Driving dynamics and ease of getting in and out are important future requirements. By the way, if this was my final car and you're talking Toyota Camry XSE or the Lexus IS 300 or 350, I'm going for the IS. 100%.
Or maybe they're talking about the Lexus ES.
No, he put IS.
Oh, did he put IS?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Get the Lexus.
Oh, no, you're right. He didn't.
No, because
he put Lexus 300 or 350 V6.
I'm just trying to remember. Maybe I've got it. I'm just because I haven't driven a Lexus ES in forever. Because why would I? No, get the Lexus IS. Get the 300.
Oh, come on, so fun, right?
Yeah, get the Lexus. If you don't need this big space in the back, because the Camry is bigger, it's got a bigger trunk. But if you don't need that, if you're not carting grandkids and stuff around, then the 300 all day long.
And you did ask for others. How about another fun one that offers more rear seat legroom? The Acura TLX Type S.
I'd still get the Lexus.
Just saying, if you wanted more room in the back.
If you're wanting a 20-year hold, that's the one. Or you go the other way and you future-proof. You get the new Camry, hybrid only, much better driving dynamics, much better power performance, incredible fuel economy. What are the numbers we just did it the other day? I think
5.1 for the 18-inch
so I think it's like 40.
wheel.
I think it's 40 miles to the gallon or something like that in the US. Crazy. So if it was Camry, I would not get the current one. I would get the new one and get the updated hybrid system because that's what I would probably get that or the 300.
See, for me, I would get the V6. Man, it's the last of the V6. The V6 is that is my 15 to 20 year car. That's what I'm going with.
You're not going for an EV, Andrea, and hold it for 15 years?
No,
That's a
not
reference.
right now.
That's a reference to the last
Not
Questions,
right
Coffee, and
now.
Cars, which I highly, if you haven't watched it, watch it, because we went deep into the whole EV debate.
Deep, super deep. News on when to expect a driven review of the CX70. That's coming up.
Well, we're driving it
15th.
May 15th, but when is there embargo on it? Anyways, anyway, we're going to
Can't
be in
remember, I don't
Palm
know.
Springs driving it. I said to the PR guy, I said, have you ever been to Palm Springs in May or almost June? And he's like, that's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot.
Anyway, so we're going to be in Palm Springs.
May 15th to the 17th.
Yeah.
Driving
So
the CX70.
it'll be probably right after that is when the embargo will lift.
What do you think of the Cybertruck? Worth it or not?
I think that the froth is going to come off the Cybertruck in 24 months. Well, first of all, there's a stop sale on it. They've got to fix the gas pedal. That could be unintended acceleration. That's the last thing they need.
I'm actually afraid of it. We saw it at the Vancouver Auto Show and some of the other auto shows that we were at. And it's just so sharp looking on the outside. It's so big. It looks so wide. I don't know. It's going to be so weird to see it on the road here in Vancouver. It's just not for me.
Okay.
I think the interior is probably one of the better looking Teslas that I've been in.
That's not hard to do, Andrea.
But I don't like the outside.
Okay, so I think the reason why I think the froth is going to come out of it in the next 24 to 36 months is it's a different buyer buying the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Like everybody we talk to that is getting a Cybertruck has never owned a pickup truck in their life. So here we are sitting, there's a guy down there, looks like a painter. He's got his GMC Sierra pickup truck there. Those are the guys that buy trucks, right? Are they going to get a Cybertruck over their Ford F-150 or their Silverado? I don't know, because who's buying them right now? The Kardashians. Pharrell drives
I hear
one.
Kim's out there driving around.
Yeah. So those are the people that are buying Cybertruck. Is that the pickup truck meat of the market? Once they've all had it for a year or two, are they going to want another one? I don't know.
Well, our son's friends' parents are a perfect example of that. Never owned a pickup truck, just want a Cybertruck because they think it's cool. And they want to be seen with it. So to each their own. An ardent follower and loyal supporter of each and every review. Thank you. I initially learned that the transmission of the Honda Passport is made in Europe. Any thoughts on its long-term reliability and how does it compare with the Toyota Venza and CX-5 for someone who's cross-shopping these vehicles?
So that transmission is made by ZF. And ZF is a major manufacturer of transmissions. BMW and others use it. The 8-speed has been bulletproof. Any chance you get to drive a BMW ZF 8-speed transmission, mwah. The 9-speed was problematic. Chrysler used it, Honda used it, others, Land Rover used it, and it all came down to calibration. The calibration has gotten better.
So anytime that we've driven one, we've enjoyed it. We've never...
No, that's not quite true. When they first came out, they were absolute crap.
No. I'm saying recently in our reviews, we just did the Ridgeline, we did the Pilot, we did the Passport.
So just one thing. The Pilot gets the in-house Honda 10-speed automatic transmission, and the other two still use the ZF 9-speed, but the calibration is vastly improved.
That's correct. So there is a lawsuit in California against Honda. It's only two people. It's the family, it's the wife and the husband. They have a 2018 Odyssey and have had lots of problems with it. So here is the thing. Within this lawsuit, it says that the Pilot 2016 to 2022, there's problems. Ridgeline 2020 to present, Odyssey 2018 to 2019, and the Passport 2019 to present. So if you're concerned about long-term reliability of that particular transmission, then don't buy it.
Or get the one with the 10-speed.
Or get the 10-speed in the Pilot. But the thing is, if you look at Mazda, that 6-speed automatic transmission has no problems. Like, they've mastered it because it's been in their fleet for a very long time. In fact, we talked to Mazda about that recently because now they're offering an 8-speed automatic transmission in their CX-90 and in the CX-70, and it is a little bit laggy. They have done software updates on it to improve it. But we even said to them, man, that 6-speed is so good. But people complain that the 6-speed doesn't have enough gear. So they said there's no way we could use that.
Well, the whole thing is, it's quite interesting because ZF's 8-speed is absolutely legendary for being a great performer. And then they add one gear.
I know.
And then it all goes out the door. The problem is the packaging is a totally different design. It was built for front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive systems. The ZF is a different, the 8-speed is a different design. And we're going around in circles. If you don't like the idea of the 9-speed, buy something else.
And if you're interested in the Venza, it's a hybrid. It has an eCVT, which Toyota uses in all of their hybrid models, so there's no concern about that. The Venza has been eliminated. Toyota Canada tells us they will stop production in Canada in spring of 2024, so around now. As for the Passport for reliability, J.D. Power gives it an 85 out of 100, and Consumer Reports an overall score of 70 out of 100, but their predicted reliability score is just okay at 48 out of 100. Driving experience, which includes acceleration with Consumer Reports, they give it a 74 out of 100, which is very good. So there you have it.
It's a lot of numbers there. All right, so we're up against the clock again. How do you get a question in?
Follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea every Sunday morning. I put a post out with Zach and I holding coffees. It's up for a short time. Once we gather our questions, the post is deleted and we start the show.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.